How are you? My name is Terence and I work at Educate as one of the financial literacy coaches here. And this morning I want to start our conversation together asking you one question. Are you one of those who have, or are you one of those who have not? I guess I'm asking you, are you rich, wealthy, or are you poor? Do you know the difference? All right? Or how do you feel? Now, for most of us, we probably feel like we don't have enough. The number of people I have conversations with, particularly in my home country, Zimbabwe, are always complaining about how they don't have enough. I wish I could have had more. You know, this economy has been so difficult. You can't do anything. It's a pity party. It is very depressing. And the question that has been ringing in my head and our team's head is, how do we help people become those who have and move away from this feeling of having not? And based on that, we've built a number of programs. And a few days ago, we were fortunate to actually spend some time with one of these blue chip companies, speaking to some of their management and some of their supervisors about this thing that we love so much called financial literacy. And I want to tell you the difference, and this I'll give this to you for free. The difference between those who have and those who have not, well, is financial literacy. It's financial literacy. And what is financial literacy? Financial literacy is your ability to understand financial concepts and be able to apply those financial concepts for your benefit. Right? So financial concepts, how financial systems work. Those who have an uncanny ability to use these systems for their good. Did you know that 1% of the richest people in this world, 1% of the richest in this world command a hefty 43.6% of global wealth. 43.6% of global wealth is owned by the richest 1%. This is the team that has a net worth of $1 million and upwards into the billions. Can you imagine? And if you're asking yourself, so what does the majority own? Okay, what do they have nots, or those who consider themselves have nots own? So what does 53% of the world population own? Well, it's very simple. It's almost as a number so close to the richest. 53% of our world population, starting from the bottom half of the table going up, own about 1.4% of global wealth. So, how do these guys do it? How do they do it? How come the majority is so poor and we live in such an unequal world? It's the information gap. It is tremendous. We did some research and found that in our home country, 8 out of every 10 people with bank accounts do not know how much their bank charges them in fees. And if they take out a loan, very often do not really understand what they are being charged. They don't really understand how interest rates work. To you, me, and most of my brothers and sisters, it's just about, have I got the money? Can I buy the thing I wanted to buy? I am done. They are going to deduct it from my salary. I'll see it later on. And you get that feeling that when it's time to pay back and you start struggling and you end up losing your house, your home, and all these things, it's just a function that you don't quite understand how these markets work. Now the wealthy, the multi-millionaires, the billionaires understand these things. They understand how these financial systems work. They know how to use things like leveraging to build businesses that generate revenue upon revenue upon revenue. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the difference between us and them is that we are almost always customers and they are almost always owners. They own the business. They own the land that you're operating from. They own the banks. They are owners. And if they don't own them, they've leveraged financial systems so that they can get benefits or streams of income that are almost equivalent to owning resources. Now my question to you is, what do you own? What do you own that's generating revenue for you? Because some of you people own stuff, but it doesn't generate revenue for you. It takes revenue away from you. Now for most of us, if you're human, you know that every year you have this thing called a birthday. And the older you get, and if you're working for a formal organization, they tend to have this thing called the retirement age, where they expect you to leave. So in essence, they are saying, this is the date that we need you to get out of here. And for a lot of us, the question is, are we ready for that day when we may need to change employment? There are certain jobs that we do today that are very demanding on our physical body, and our body may not be able to continue doing that type of job. What are you going to do then when your body doesn't allow you to do that difficult work? Or if you get an injury, do you have the financial resources to maintain the lifestyle you have today? For some, they call it, are you retirement ready? So we want to have a conversation about that. Are you retirement ready? And what is it going to take for you to get there? So today, we speak about what it's going to take. How many of us are actually ready for this? Because you may be sitting at home or wherever you're in your office and you're thinking like, this kid is saying stuff that's depressing. Or maybe I'm the only one who's not ready for this day. So we're going to show you a few statistics. And hopefully from there you'll understand that you are not alone. But you must make the decision to start making positive actions towards that. So we're going to share with you in our time together different ways you can begin to fund the later years of your life, so that you can create sufficient revenue that you get to that tipping point where you can sustain the lifestyle you want without needing to work. Do you get the difference? Without needing to work. You may want to work, and I encourage you never to retire, but don't get to a point where you are working just to cover bills. Work because you want to.